105. That's right, Fig Fam. Here on the Fig Heel YouTube channel, this is our 105th episode of UNBOXAMANIA. So kick back, relax, because we're going to be blind unboxing some elites, ultimates, basics, you name it. We're getting into it. All right, guys, UNBOXAMANIA 105, where we blind unbox a bunch of figures. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you smash that subscribe button, like this video, comment below, and really interact with us so we can help this channel grow. But if you're wondering, what is a blind unboxing? So down here, I have a bin filled with basics, main events, elites, ultimates, superstars, retros, independent companies. I have like 5 or 6 of these bins to go. We usually unbox 4 to 5 different ones and we talk about them, review them, but we're going to get right into it right now. And I'm going to dig deep on this. Whoops, just bent something. All right, so here, this is what I bent. A Superstars Series 12 Cactus Jack. I love this series. It's just very difficult to find in stores. But today, we get to unbox the man from Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. We have Cactus Jack. Obviously, we already have Mankind. Now we have Cactus. I'm begging you, Mattel, give us a dude love. But I love this, and we're going to rip right into it. On the back, it has the line art. It says, bang, bang, Truth or Consequences, hardcore legend. And also in this set is Jim the Anvil Neidhart and Bret the Hitman Hart. Enough talking about it. We got to let this figure out of its cage so it can live and prosper in the world. However, if you guys watch this channel, you know that when I do these unboxings of the Superstars figures, I have a very specific way that I like to open them, and I will talk about that in a second. But we got to slice this seal right there. Hoping that there is some bang bang hands, but I'm also hoping, yeah, these are elite hands. So I am not down with that. However, what I do is I take this little placard in there. I put the tape on it. This way I know whose accessories this is. And in here it does have hands, but man, my biggest issue is I don't feel right putting an elite hand on a Superstars figure. They do not look right. And people have asked me, like, how do you know? How do you know? Well, first off, the peg is going to be different. Peg is a little bit stumpier. It has like that plunger looking thing at the bottom. The elite ones are a little bit straighter down. Plus, I mean, just the fingers. Like the fingers on the Superstars ones look like baby hands. So I think we're going to go with fists on this. I do enjoy fists. Just a shame. I'll test out the bang bang hands because it is necessary, but a little disappointing. All right, so now if you're wondering, yes, these figures do come apart, so it's okay. We're going to take the Velcro off of this WCW era shirt because I think if you display Mankind, then you got to display Cactus Jack in his WWF form. First off, I love this figure. The head looks amazing. But even more amazing than the head, look at the hair. They really nailed the way that he would do his hair then, where he would tie it in the back. He's got that Wanted Dead or Alive shirt. Cactus on each side of the tights. Those signature cheetah print boots. And as we saw, he comes with this very WCW era shirt, cloth good shirt. It's nice. It's nice, but I don't think we're displaying this. It's not how I like to remember my Cactus Jack. And as I promised, I will try these elite hands out and see how I like them on Cactus, but they always seem to bother me, to be honest with you. But let's see. Actually, they're not too bad. It does bother me a little bit because the hands aren't really in scale. But still pretty cool. Cactus Jack in the Superstars line. You can do him the bang bang. You love to see that. I'm going to put this all in here. And then what I do is I take the placard, I put it on there, I wrap it around so I know exactly whose hands these are, and then I'll put this in a little baggie and put it with the rest of my accessories for the Superstars line. So very cool. I wish the hands were a little bit, the arms were a little bit more movable as far as everything, but still a very cool figure. Man, I'm questioning myself. Do I need another Cactus Jack so I display him in that WCW shirt? You comment below and let me know if I need that. So we're going to go into another one. All right. We're digging in deep. I'm looking away. All right. We got a main event Showdown 2-pack. Got this at Ollie's for $12.99. This is Stone Cold Steve Austin and Kevin Owens from their WrestleMania bout from Victoria, Texas, with the Stone Cold Stunner versus Kevin Owens. In the Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Stunner as his finisher. Obviously, he borrowed that from Stone Cold Steve Austin. Also in this set is none other than Damian Priest and Finn Balor, as well as Gunther and The Miz. I'm excited for this. Let's rip this bad boy open. You might be asking, why are you excited? Well, Stone Cold Steve Austin is my GOAT. All right, he's the greatest of all time, in my opinion. And I loved that he returned at WrestleMania. I wish that he didn't fight. You know, I really do, because I like to remember him in his glory. But I got to be honest, it wasn't a letdown. All right. I love the color that they have on these jorts. He's got both his knee braces on and his knee pads. He's got his tattoo and the Austin 316 shirt. However, the back has nothing on it. Modern day Stone Cold Steve Austin head sculpt, as well as a modern day SmackDown blue WWE microphone. I like how they got him posed here with the hand on his hip, kind of like he's saying, what? What? When I was 10 years old, I actually won a wrestling impersonation contest at a Legion of Doom autograph signing. And when I tell you that my voice as a 10-year-old sounded way more like Stone Cold Steve Austin than it does now as a 37-year-old, I'm not lying to you. But here we have Kevin Owens, who is honestly the sleeper here. This thing looks great. Fight on the shorts there. He's got all of his tattoos. He's got that red KO microphone, as he should. And then the best part, this KO Mania 6 t-shirt with Stone Cold Steve Austin and KO, and it says Stunner versus Stunner, which looks awesome. I think his arms are just a little bit too jacked, and honestly, yeah, they're massive. Massive arms, which if you follow Kevin Steen, before he was Kevin Owens, back in his CZW days, Kevin Owens did have some pretty big arms, to be honest with you. But I think both of these figures look pretty good. Don't think this Kevin Owens is going on display because we have the Elite version on display, but still very cool. However, that Elite version did have the bald head, which you absolutely need for this feud. So awesome set. But like I said, I don't think I'm displaying either of these. I'm just a sucker for Stone Cold Steve Austin figures and absolutely just had to have it. So, all right, let's rip into something else. All right, what do we got? What's this? So here we have a Dynamite Kid uncensored collection. This is by Cella Toys, I believe, right? Or are they Epic at this point? Cella Toys. And it says the Dynamite Kid Tom Billington, 5 feet 9 inches, 225 pounds, from Manchester, England. A long copy there that we are not going to read. But if you're a collector of the Elite line, you remember a few years back, there was a collector's edition Davey Boy Smith in this gear. And Cella, got to give him credit, being very, very smart. They quickly, well, I shouldn't say quickly, but they quickly designed a Tom Billington Dynamite Kid to match that Davey Boy Smith, which, you know, I think is a pretty smart business move on their end. Whoa, this thing is taped. So I have only opened one of the 3 uncensored collection figures, and that's Sabu, rest in peace. I have both Dynamite Kids. Don't know where the other one is, but this is the standard edition. The other version, the quote-unquote Chase, which was a little bit more limited, had like blue crotch piece. Now this figure, holy crap. Guys, when I tell you, like, I literally feel like I'm going to break this. It is so loose and fluid in its movement, but it doesn't seem like it's breaking, so that's a good thing. It does have double jointed knees. Let's bring this over to the camera. So I would say the skin tone's pretty damn good on this thing. He's jacked. You can see all the striations in the chest. A lot of people saying, oh, they literally just stole Mattel's molds. I'm looking at this. I can tell you right now, this chest mold is definitely different than that of Mattel. However, they did copy them very, very closely. You can see that there is molded wrist tape there. His hair is combed very well back there. You can see all of the follicles in every single strand. You've got red knee pads that are very, very cheap and thin and flimsy. However, it has molded socks right here, which Davey Boy does not have, with the the blue and red stripe, as well as the blue and red paint on the boots. However, there's something about these boots where like the color fades at the end, if you can see. Right there on the blue, as well as there on the red. It kind of fades out towards the end of the decal. And then we've got that Union Jack flag right on the back. So he does come with C-grips. However, I am not a C-grip fan. Unless they're holding something, I really do try to keep them with simple fisticuffs. But still very cool that you can complete the British Bulldogs with Davey Boy, who also comes with Matilda, which is a pretty nice touch. So, holy crap. Oddly enough, the ankles are super stiff. I'm afraid I'm going to break them. I need to chill a little bit. Whew. Man, he does not stand well. That's disappointing. And it's interesting because the legs have double jointed knees, but the upper body and the arms do not have double jointed elbows. So pros and cons of this. I do think it's cool. I'm going to put it on display. I'm not going to play with it. However, if you are a player with your figures, I would be careful with this because I feel like this thing is going to break. The legs are very, very fluid and easy to move, which to me is not a good thing fresh out of the package. So, all right, let's open another one. Looking away. I'm going to dig deep on this one, guys. All right. All right, so another main event. I'm making sure we're getting a Elite or a Superstars or something on that next one. But this is main event series 155. Sid Justice, LA Knight was in this set. Jimmy Uso was in this set. Andrade was in this set, as well as Lyra Valkyrie, who was the chase. Still on the hunt for that. And I really wanted this Sid Justice because it's a super upgrade from the original. So let's rip this open. And right behind me, we have Sid Justice's first ever figure from the WWF Hasbro line. They literally basically recreated that. Not as tan in this new main event and does not have the elbow pad on the original. But still very cool. Much darker blue as well. These knee pads are very, very movable though. Very, very thin. The elbow pad's a little bit thicker. So the main difference between this and the original Sid Justice is the original had that old school basic articulation. This has the new articulation in the leg joints. He has a super big elbow pad, but I'm okay with that. The original, though, had darker hair, like a dirty, dirty blonde. This is a little bit more blonde. So I do kind of prefer this. I think both aren't exactly accurate. I think we need to be a little bit more in the middle of all that. But overall, I think this is a great looking figure. Honestly, I wish we got this figure as an Elite. I think it's very deserving of an Elite. I love Sid, and really we've gotten a lot of Psycho Sid in Elite form. We got that one Sid Justice, but it was like referee style Sid Justice in that UK Galoob style singlet underneath. This is what it should have been underneath personally, but I get why they did it to make it a little bit different. So I'm down for it. I'm down for it. So that is our 4th unboxing. We're going to do one more. I'm going to try and get something good here. All right, that's a carded figure. All right, we got an Elite. It's definitely a ringside figure because there's no hook. All right, so we have from the Vault Series 1 Triple H. I forget what series the original is. It's early in the Elite line, maybe like Elite Series 6, I think it might be. This matches the Shawn Michaels early in the Mattel tenure. And it says 6 feet 4 inches, 255 pounds, 14-time world champion, Intercontinental Champion, WWE Tag Team Champion, and it says Triple H was a founding member of some of WWE's most influential factions, including Evolution, The Authority, and D-Generation X. I would take The Authority clean off of there. It is nowhere in line with DX or Evolution, but I guess they were trying to make it all fit. Also in this set is Shawn Michaels, Bubba Ray Dudley, Devon Dudley, Kane, Undertaker, John Cena, and of course the Ultimate Warrior. So I'm excited about this. I never had the original release of these, so now we get to see what it's all about. All right, so he comes with these DX glow sticks in that X formation. And yes, I take all the accessories out before the figures because you never know what's going to go flying. He does come with DX crotch chop hands, which is always a nice added value right there for any Triple H figure because you want him to do that crotch chop. We've also got fists, which I love, and taped correctly on the fingers. It's got, whoa, this shirt looks huge. Holy crap, this shirt looks huge. I feel like this is going to be super baggy on him. It has the DX Army in the tank shirt. And then on the sleeve, it says DX Army. Love that it has a sleeve graphic. And we're going to try and take this out because he has individual glow sticks now in his hands, which I'm curious if he actually can hold them. I feel like these C-grips, the holes are too large. And, of course, he has that DX camo military style hat. And then when it's all off, we have this version of Triple H, which, man, if you ask me, the hair is like a little bit off. There is tape on his back, and I'm not sure why. Why is there tape on his back? I have no idea why there's tape on the back of him. It's all the way up his neck. I've literally never seen that. Usually there's tape on it to hold something. No idea why there was tape on this. But anyways, let's talk about the head real quick. So over here, this is what the Triple H head looks like. And it's a decent scan. I just think that that needed the true effects. I don't think that the beard should be that dark, and the hair is like an odd color. It's a very Jakks Pacific WWF Camo Carnage style paint app on the hair there, which I do not like. I think we're past that in the realm of action figure creation. His trunks have that DX Army logo on them. He's got the Triple H logo on the boots. And he's also got those crosses on the elbow pads. And there is a large DX Army right there in the cross on the back. So, lot going on with this Triple H. I love elbow pad deco. I hate when they leave it off, especially when a guy is known for having it, and Triple H definitely is. But if you're going to have this figure, you're displaying him with all of the accessories on, which is exactly what we're going to do here. And that is why I kept his head off. Now, I was suspicious that this shirt is going to be huge, and I'm pretty confident that I was correct. It's pretty big. It's pretty big, but it's all right. We're going to put the head back on. We're going to put the hat back on. I like that. And as I said, I don't think he's going to be able to hold these. Yeah, he can't really hold these glow sticks. You put them in, they just fall right out. So, I mean, I'm sure you could do the X one. But honestly, what for? We're putting those crotch chops on them. Put the crotch chop hands on. And then we're going to put them right there on the platform so you guys can see everything. All right. There it is. Now, obviously, it's not perfect. Whoa, loose ankles, if I've ever seen any. A lot of cool value here as far as the hands and the accessories are involved. I mean, you're getting a shirt, you're getting a hat, you're getting the glow sticks, interchangeable hands. So there's a lot of value here. I just am not a fan of the head. However, there is plenty of Triple H heads out there that you can swap this out with and make it worth your while, right? So very, very cool figure. This is from the Vault Series 1 Triple H. And you know what? If Triple H is in here, that means Shawn Michaels is. So we're gonna completely go off script with the blind unboxing, and we're just gonna grab Shawn Michaels out of here. And there he is. As suspected, Shawn Michaels was in this box. So let's take Triple H. Let's put him back here. Man, loose ankles, bro. And there's Shawn Michaels. 6 feet 1 inches, 225 pounds. WWE champion, world heavyweight champion, intercontinental champion. The Heartbreak Kid won every single WWE championship possible in his days as an active superstar. However, they only listed 3 on the back of here, which I find interesting. There's a nice shot of him on the back. And we're going to open this up to put him with his DX brethren, Triple H. Now, let me stay on course and let you guys know that I am not a fan of this era of DX. However, as action figures, I do think they look pretty cool. I do. I think with all the accessories, they look pretty cool. However, the actual television product of this era of DX was not my favorite by any means. To me, Shawn Michaels DX should be highly, highly offensive. And even though they had some offensive things in this era, it wasn't at the level that it should be. Plus, I can't take Shawn Michaels serious in this weird cowboy hat, nor can I take Triple H serious in that hat. I think they were trying too hard to be cool and hip and young, that it just didn't work for me. Not to mention, hot take, I always hated when Shawn had the baggy pants. I always like tights, man. But look, he's got the tape on his back too. I don't know why. Maybe you guys know a reason as to why they're putting tape on the back of the figure. I don't really understand. It's not holding anything. I don't know what the purpose is behind it. But so this Shawn Michaels, I will come up there and show you. The head's okay. The sculpt is something that we're used to, right? The hair looks good in the back, but the brown hair is not accurate for me. Plus that beard is awfully painted to the point that it makes it not look like Shawn Michaels. So not the best. And then the body, we have his tattoo. He's got the DX Army wristbands on, and they're, I guess, intentionally not in line. That green and orange camo pants with the broken hearts, the DX Army right on the right leg, DX on the back. I mean, there's a lot going on here. Those silver-toed boots. But yeah, not my HBK. Not my HBK. However, I do think it's going to look very cool when we load this bad boy up. The shirt is pretty nice. So it's got the DX Army, the 00. It even has the patch up there, which, you know, it's not the exact logo because they have to make it small. And then it has a collar, a cloth goods stitched collar, which is surprising. So, and since it's DX, we're also going to put the chop hands on him. So let's take this. Let's put that on there. Let's put, I do not like these shirts. I do not like this shirt. All right, we're going to put the chop hands on. I'm going to have him put his hands up like that. We're going to put his hat on, which does not fit well. Kind of just rests on his head. Woof. Yeah, man, these DX figures are a fail. Sorry, Ringside Collectibles. Use code FIGHEEL to save 10%. But, man, I am not a fan. Not a fan. Let's put Triple H right behind him. Let's hope we can get him to not fall onto Shawn. I think they overall look cool because there's a lot going on. But when it comes to quality and accuracy, I just don't think it's there. But, hey, cool way to end UNBOXAMANIA 105. We unboxed a lot of cool stuff. A Superstars figure, a main event, Showdown 2-pack, Uncensored Collection, Dynamite Kid, and the From the Vault DX, which I think is awesome. Comment below your favorite thing that we unboxed today. I got to be honest, it's probably the Cactus Jack for me. I do like the DX. It's hard for me to get excited about this era of DX. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, comment, like, do all that, and make sure you follow me on Instagram at FigHeel. TikTok is at FigHeel. X is at The FigHeel. And we'll see you on the next one, guys. Thank you for joining. Peace. Are you a wrestling figure collector of WWE, Mattel, AEW, Jazzwares, and everything in between? Then you need FigHeel's Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia, the modern edition covering all releases from 2010 to present day. Featuring over 7,000 photos of action figures from the hottest brands, including independent toy makers. Keep track of what you have, want, and need, including loose, mock, and overall collection value. With figure photography by Matthew Goldberg, the Wrestling Figure Encyclopedia is a must-have for collectors. Full-color paperback and hardcover editions available now at HeelBooks.com. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at FigHeel. Pick up my book series on Amazon and my merchandise on ProWrestlingTees.com/FigHeel. Join my official sponsor, Whatnot, at WhatHeal.com and receive $15 off your first purchase.